let's go into Capitol Post. Okay, so there's another one over there. Just sit there. Okay. This one here is booby trapped. Explosive 45 or higher. Okay. Do I have... What is my explosives? 29. I would say if I had anything, I'll come to these. Let's go to the receptionist one first. Go to the store. Yeah, there's one there. Okay. And I can go down there. Okay. Oh. Okay. Activate terminal average. Okay, let's do this. Genetics. Genetics. Oh, okay, only one? Only one in genetics. That doesn't make anything good. Enormous. Okay, so it wasn't the ass. Dead removed. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can remove some duds and stuff. If I can find the right keys to hit, I might be able to find and get rid of some duds. Not always the easiest things to find. There should be one. Nope. Doesn't look like there's any dead removals. That's weird. There's normally something. Oh, there's one. Dead removed. Okay, that really helped me. Starting. 1. Okay, so it's nothing that has ing in it. Nope, that wouldn't be it. That was lucky. Disengage lock. For what? Oh, probably for this. I'm not gonna take whiskey. But I am gonna fix. 61. Apparel. Repair. Weapons. 61. Okay. Whoops. Apparel. Combat. I guess that's... Oh, phew. Capitol Post top stories, July 27th, 2052. The United Nations disbanded. In a crushing blow to foreign relations and world peace, the United Nations yesterday was completely disbanded, leaving its member nations to fend for themselves in these trying times. Many had considered the United Nations the best hope for brokering a ceasefire between the European Commonwealth and the nations of the Middle East. But such an intervention is now impossible. In a somber press conference at the United Nations building in New York City, the United Nations President Shugawama had this to say: "It is a sad day for the United States. Sadder still for the world. An era of relative peace and prosperity has come to a tragic end. Resources war are upon us, and in my humble opinion, the United Nations is needed now more than ever." Sadly, the world disagrees. Those nations that have not already moved out of the immense headquarters will have completely vacated the premises by the end of the week. Several organizations have already begun bidding on the prime real estate, but children's toy realtor Bumblers seem determined to transform the building into the new East Coast superstore. Pint-sized slasher, more than a myth. Street beat, Capital Post-staff writer. What American child alive hasn't heard the story of a pint-sized slasher, that diminutive demon in a clown mask that stalks and slashes the innocent residents of supposedly safe suburbia? It's just one of the many folk stories parents use to scare their youngsters into behaving themselves, or is it? According to Germantown Police Chief Joseph Field, the pint-sized slasher may be more real than many people would like to admit. After reviewing the autopsy results of the London Street slayings, we have confirmed that the force and direction of every knife wound are consistent with an attack from a much smaller assailant, a child to be precise. Add to the sinister forensic findings the statement from Christopher Atkinson, the one surviving victim of the adolescent assassin, and it becomes clear that the pint-sized slasher does indeed walk among us. The clown, he's going to kill us all. You understand me? He stabbed my brother, Sean, right in the face. He killed my brother, the little clown. But assuming the pint-sized slasher is indeed a real, tangible threat to the peace-loving residents of D.C.'s suburbia, one question remains: why? What could possibly motivate a child to don a clown mask and murder innocent people in cold blood? We may never know, at least not until the miniature maniac is brought to justice. Until then, all we can do is lock our doors, kiss our children goodnight, and pray they live to see morning. Okay, I don't want to touch that one. Does this give me the same thing? Top stories, January 11th, 2077. Militant communist crushed, Alaska liberated by Dorothy Proud. In the late evening hours of January 10th, brave American Army forces launched an all-out offensive against the entrenched Chinese communist invaders in the beleaguered seaport of Anchorage, Alaska, destroying all opposition and finally liberating the city after more than 10 years of Chinese occupation. No red-blooded American ever forget that terrible winter in 2066, when Chairman Ching's commie cutthroats mercilessly invaded this icy extension of the United States in the unprecedented act of foreign aggression that sent shockwaves all the way back to our nation's capital. But the nightmare is finally over, and America, always the home of the brave, is once again the land of the free. Food riots, rile feds. It would appear that Washington's tolerance for American social disorder has finally reached its breaking point. In a recent public statement, White House spokesman Warren Echelstun said, "Okay, Americans are hungry. We get it. Well, I've got good news for you." Good news? Where did I get that? I've got news for you. Things are tough all over, people. Okay, learn to read. Okay, Americans. Let's try this again. From the top. In what would appear that Washington's tolerance for American social disorder has finally reached its breaking point, in a recent public statement, White House spokesman Warren Echelson said, "Okay, Americans are hungry. We get it. Well, I've got news for you. Things are tough all over, people. The president himself has been forced to substitute cube steak for his nightly prime rib, and the only wine available is a detestable Chateau Montreux 1943. But does he whine? Does he take to the streets like a rabid red? So please, good people, please, wait in line, get your food, and then go home. We're Americans. We do not solve our problems with violence." Yeah, right. Funny. What is this one? Capital Post top stories, June 3rd, 2072. U.S. to annex Canada. In a move that is being widely viewed as both necessary and overdue, the United States military today declared that they will begin the immediate annexation of the country of Canada. The decision comes after a long and continuous relationship with the Canadian government that began shortly after the Chinese invasion of Anchorage, Alaska, in the winter of 2066. The Canadian leadership at that time expressed its opposition to American troops passing through their country or traversing their airspace, but ultimately capitulated. Tensions with our neighbors to the north have only escalated since then, as the United States has found itself relying heavily on Canada's natural resources, including wood cultivated from the country's great timberland forests, to maintain the war effort against China. But it was a recent near sabotage of the Alaskan pipeline that finally tipped the American military's hand. That was the last straw, said Buzz Babcock, commander of U.S. forces in Canada. You know what it's been stopping the Reds from pouring into downtown Juneau? American soldiers, that's what. And now we've got to worry about someone, Chinese, Alaskan, or otherwise, taking out the pipeline? I don't think so. Effectively, immediately, United States troops are beginning to complete takeover of all Canadian assets and resources. Little America is ours. But let's face it, it always has been. Development of superweapon confirmed. In a startling turnaround from their previous policy of complete covert development, the United States Army has confirmed that they are indeed working on a new superweapon, one designed specifically to crush the Red Chinese invasion force and liberate occupied Anchorage, Alaska, once and for all. Speaking at the Army press conference at the Pentagon, General Constantine Chase stated, "No more secrets. The time has come to lay all our hands to the table so the Chinese can see with their own eyes that we've got the winning hand." The United States Army is proud to announce that for the first time in history, General Atomics International and Roboco have joined forces to create for this great country a superweapon that will leave every single yellow-bellied Red shaking in their commie booties. Unfortunately for our readers, that's as specific as Chase is willing to get. While he and the Army are ready for China to know the U.S. is developing a new weapon, they're not quite ready to divulge just what it is, or when it will be ready for deployment. All in due time, rest assured, when this weapon is complete, liberty will come to Anchorage, and hell will follow. Okay, and hell will follow. So, now I guess, whoops, I go downstairs. There's something down here. That was a cockroach. Goodbye, cockroach! There's a person down here. Oh, there's a door there, okay. Oh, it doesn't lead anywhere. Interesting. Place for the head. Search Gibson. Gibson's key. Gibson's scrap of paper. Okay. Gibson's key. Gibson's scrap of paper. Search the house. What house? Search the house. Search the house. Is there a house around here to search? I think I've been here before. Maybe not. This place all looks the same anyway. Search the house. Okay, let's go this way. I'm just gonna figure out what house I need to be searched. You can't go in any of these places. Yeah. None of these places are searchable.